Good evening, friends! Good evening! Hey, they know he's here tonight. Good evening, Littleport. How are you all? That's more like, yeah, no. But they get used to that one. Right, I apologise to everyone online, but we've got a fix going this week. Welcome back. And of course, welcome one and all to Littleport Village Hall, you lovely, lovely bunch of lovelies. Good to see you all. Welcome back. Good to have you here. Happy Thursday. All of the above. It's Thursday night. It's Littleport Christian Spiritualists. Welcome, welcome back. And of course, a big, raucous, if you please, uplifting welcome to our medium for this evening. She's one of her own. Give a big Littleport welcome to Lynda Rose. And it is a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we've got lots planned, and I'm just making sure that everyone can actually hear me, because oh dear, it's like keeping the world together with little bits of string and good intentions here. It's wonderful. Welcome, and thank you all for coming tonight. It's lovely to see all of you. Some of you in particular, because we've been very worried about you. So welcome back. Good to have you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all of the above. Do you know what? We was just talking before we started about the energy in the room being a little bit buzzy. And I don't mean like a bumbly bee. It's so wonderful. And I think it's probably because somebody else did the chairs. They're a little bit further back and you've got space to not worry about me jumping on top of you. That's probably one of the reasons. But of course, tonight we are exactly the same as normal. We have got prayer, we've got philosophy, we've got readings, we've got healing. And of course, we've got mediumship. I'm going to do the notices first, and you will see why in a moment. Firstly, Mother, remind me, you did tell me 2 hours ago. Who have we got next week? Next week, we are, of course, joined by the lovely Chris Jacobs, and very much looking forward to that. And we should have the technology fix in permanent situ by then as well, so don't worry. And one of the reasons why the notices is a first tonight is because we've got a birthday in the hall. And of course, for those that have been enjoying the uplifting raffle prizes over the last few weeks, I know Barbara certainly enjoyed hers. Wrong finger. And of course, there's some lovely sweets that are here tonight. There is also cake in the kitchen. They've been donated by the lovely Kelsey and her mum. And it is, of course, Kelsey's birthday today. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kelsey. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Woo! And I know that everyone at home will want to wish you a very happy birthday today and enjoy your party on Saturday. But of course, as the rabbit said to the vicar, let us pray. Let's join together and say, yes, I know it was cheesy, Tony. Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, of friendship, of joy, of mutual respect and support. All of those tenets that are spiritualism. We know that these tenets exist in other ways of life, and we say to those ways of life, we know that we share one common goal, a greater world, a better world, and a happier world. Great Spirit, help us to maintain a welcomeness to all, in each and every action we take, in each and everything we do. For we know prayers are more than lists of requests. They are promises. And we ask you to help us keep this promise. So tonight, as the veil is lifted and our friends and loved ones draw close, we make our statement as ever, that everything we do is in the name of love, truth, and light. Amen. Amen. Oh, I turned a little bit there. Well, that's not the first time. Well, friends, of course, we are very much looking forward to a wonderful demonstration from Lynda. I'm resisting, I promise. And we are going to have some wonderful uplifting healing, led, of course, by Tony. And we're going to have a reading by Reverend Aaron, who has not only got a sharp haircut, he's live here in the flesh. Good to see you, dear. And I'm reminded, as we're talking about having done some notices, that Reverend Alan, of course, is here because the White Feather Shamanic Drum Healing Group is meeting. I'm not allowed to call it my old name anymore, much to mine and Tony's chagrin. But the group is meeting here in this hall on Sunday from 11 till 1. 10 till 1. Well, I was half right. From 10 till 1. Well done, Barry. Thank you very much. He's just got himself a buyout for any, beefing and slapping by correcting me. Well done, mate. Thank you. We both keep score, let's be honest. But no, thank you for correcting me on that. So it is 10 until 1 in that very room over there, Littleport Village Hall, CB6 1LX, Sunday. And of course, the workshop is the week after because somebody did a double booking. I won't say who. But there we go. Now, what has all this got to do with spiritualism? Absolutely everything. Yes, I'm acting the fool. That's nothing new. That's to be expected. Because the world needs more joy. The world needs more laughter. And the world needs more upliftment and love. The world can be a treacherous place sometimes, with all of its pitfalls and difficulties and pains. What's the best way forward? Laugh in the face of adversity. Smile with your triumphs, because joy is the one gift that keeps on giving. And joy certainly does stick it in the neck of anyone who thinks they've beaten you. Because life is a challenge and a battle. But if you can smile in the face of adversity, you're already halfway to winning. Being happy is not a platitude. Being happy is not some simple task. And being happy is not always easy. But I promise you, my friends, it's a lot better than the alternative. Joy is the gift that keeps on giving because it's infectious. It's the one disease we're all happy to spread. And trust me, living with someone who's had the shingles, I know. But joy is the gift of spirit. The joy of feeling united, connected, together. The joy of feeling love and laughter. The joy of the realization that there is a life after this one. And it doesn't matter what you call that place. It doesn't matter what you call those beings who look after it. It doesn't matter what you call that one being that started it all off. All that matters is the joy of the realization that there is something more than this. Do you know what? Every time I stand up to speak, I often wonder how many song references I'm going to get in my philosophy this week. I've already lost count. And some of them are so obscure songs that half of you probably haven't even picked up on them. But it keeps me giggling, and it keeps me laughing, and it keeps me daft. because then I start trying to twist the conversation into these wonderful songs that we could finish. And that's where I trip up, because I'm not fully in charge. None of us are. But if we accept that and take the laughter and the joy when it comes, we actually enjoy that joy rather than feeling like we need to force it. The wonderful thing about this way of life is it also reminds us that sometimes screens can freeze and we lose connection. But thankfully, I've got it on fingerprint authorization and we can come back just like that. There you go. Somebody keep an eye on it. Barry, darling, would you just shout at me every time that goes black or freezes? Thank you, darling. It's so lovely to see that the passing on. And this is how joy works. It touches each other and it passes on and passes on. So remember, my friends, the most important thing in life is joy. Celebrate it, live it, love it, and make the most of it. And if you think there is nothing to be joyful for, let me remind you, you're here. For some people, that is the biggest challenge of all. That's something to be thankful for, and it's certainly something to be joyful about. God bless you all, and thank you for listening. Told you the whole technology thing wouldn't be as simple as it looked, eh? Never mind. So friends, now is the time in our service when normally we'd have to say some magic words. We don't tonight, which is lucky really, because I've been watching reruns of CITV's Nightmare, and the way they do their spell casting is very dramatic and very mean. So I might have to do next week spell casting, A-L-A-N, Alan. But for this week, it's ladies and gentlemen and friends. Please welcome Reverend Alan!
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone watching online. Tonight's reading is one of my favourites, actually. It's called Meditation on Self, and it's by the lovely Scottish poet Alison Stormwolf. Yes, I did nick it. Who am I? I am not my name, for my name was bestowed on me by others. So who am I? I am not my body, for my body is of the earth, and to the earth returns. Who am I? I am not my reflection. That is just a fleeting mirror image of my vessel. Who am I? I'm not my thoughts, for my thoughts are as changing as the seasons. So who am I? I am not my actions, for actions can be disguised to fool others. Who am I? I'm not my emotions. My emotions swing like a weathercock in the wind. So who am I? I am eternal energy, God's child, and a priceless piece of the jigsaw. Thank you.
Lovely. Beautiful reading, and I do enjoy that one in particular myself, so thank you very, very much. Well, friends, now is the time in our service when I say to Lynda, you've got your 5 or 6 minute warning. Because now is the time in our service when I'm going to hand over to the lovely Tony, who's going to lead us all, of course, in healing. So healers, get prepared for your dungeon master is about to speak. Let's go down the Nightmare TV show theme today. He's looking at me a bit funny, but that's no change there. Trust me, I worshipped Traeger when I was a kid. It's an honour to be referred to.
I'll believe you.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony!
already? Oh, we're done. Good. Where communities are formed, communities grow. Where love resides, love grows. And where the need for healing exists, the gift for healing also grows. Because when one gives healing, healing is present. When many gather to give and receive healing, the power of love and energy is exponentially multiplied. Therefore, before the universe and the spark of life within us all, we bring all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort, be they sick in mind, body or spirit, it may please the Great Spirit to heal them. Healers, if you can get yourselves ready. Those of you who would like some healing, just put your arms in the air and don't be shy. Thank you. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. One right at the back. That's fine. Healers, get yourself sorted. And please do your work. Thank you, healers. That's interesting. Just bring yourselves back. Thank you. Well done, mate.
Thank you to all of our healers. Thank you to Tony for leading. And thank you to all of our recipients. Recipients? I give up speaking today. Thank you to all of our recipients for asking. I love healing. I think it's an amazingly wonderful thing. And it is an absolutely beautiful gift to be shared. And I'd also like to thank Tony for standing in the one spot where the feedback wouldn't have happened, although it did sound rather strange hearing your own voice, I'm sure. Who knew that the voice of the Great Spirit sounded like you? There you go. I think we all knew, or should at least hope to, but there we go. Well, friends, now is the time in our evening, 5 minutes ahead of schedule, no less, to hand over this service to the wonderful friend and beautiful medium. Ladies and gentlemen, should Lynda come to you, please answer with a clear voice, yes, no, or don't know. Mostly enjoy yourselves, feel uplifted, feel joy. And so please welcome warmly and wonderfully well, our friend, Lynda Rose. Now I've got to be careful where I put this. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. Oh gosh. Right. My mediumship changes, so I don't know how I'm going to be this evening, so we'll just see where it takes us. Can I come to the lady there with the glasses on, please? May I work with you? Is it okay? I've got a lady that is stood beside you, and I want to say she's about, I would say that she comes to where your eyes are in height. Also, I feel I've got the roundness that she has the same shape as yourself. I also feel that she's taken me to her feet, so I know that the feet were not working as well as what she would want them to. She also makes me feel in her younger days that she would be running everywhere. So she was a very busy lady and very much loved. She's making me feel that also as she matured, she's saying that life got a lot heavier for her and life got in the way, she's saying. I know with this lady that there's a lot of love from her to yourself. I do feel that this is a family member because I'm looking at her face and your face, so I'm seeing family there. She's talking about yourself now, and she says you really need to roll your sleeves up and get on with something, okay? Because there's something that you've been putting off. It started in January, she's saying, and you just keep putting these things off, even though it was a thought before that. But January was, let's do this. And, do we have to? All right, so it's like, come on. Because once it's done, she's not telling me what it is, but once it's done, it's done. Yeah. And there's no more going back. Yeah. You understand? Yes. So there's a lot of love coming from this lady, but it's almost like a little telling off for you because she says, just roll those sleeves up, just get into it. She's saying, if you don't think about it, it's better. Because you do a lot of thinking, it's all in your head. Yes. All right? And she's saying, come on, just get on with it, girl. All right. That's the love coming from her to you. Is there a brother? Yeah. Yeah. On the earth plane? Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So I wasn't quite sure. Yeah. Can you understand his mind isn't quite working how it should be at the moment? The one down here, yeah. Yeah. Okay. He just needs a lot of love. It needs a lot of love because I don't know if there's a bit of distance within him and the family, but I know that there's a lot of love needed. Yeah. All right, okay. And she's saying we're all pure spirit and we all make mistakes. Yes. All right, and she's saying, you know, just try and find that love in your heart. Yes. But not just you, there's others around you as well need to, all right? Okay, lots of love coming from her, and God bless you, and thank you for working with me. Thank you. Okay. Alan, can I work with you, please? Yeah? Okay. have a lady that's around you at the moment. I feel that she must be always around you because I can see her in your aura. So I know that she makes her presence known to you. I feel with this lady, I've got curly hair with this lady. She's showing me like a wave. I don't know if it's a perm, but I know I've got something going on with my hair. And I know that my hair isn't... I'm not sure if it's blonde or whether that's come from a bottle. I'm not sure, but I know it's a lighter colour with this lady. All right. I'm not sure if she's family, but I know that there's a lot of love coming from this lady for yourself. Okay. I know this lady. She makes me feel that in her day she was quite upright and she would have dressed nicely. She liked to look after herself. Okay. I also feel that she used to go out either once a week or once a month, and that was the highlight of her life, you know, looking forward to that. I also see hens around, so I feel, I don't know, you understand, I don't know if it's hens, chickens, but I've got hens around. Cluck, 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 she's going. You understand that she's coming through because she says you need to ignore the cluck, cluck, clucking that's going on around you at the moment. Mm-hmm. All right? Because she's saying just let it go on deaf ears. Okay. I know that this lady is from the past and very much so from the past. That's how she's making me feel. And I just know that it was quite sad, her passing, and I know all passings are sad, but she's telling me it was sad. It was sad. It's almost like she wanted to just get on with life and get things done and just do things, and she was not able to. She just slowed right down and realised that she was very unwell. Okay. There is lots of love coming from this lady, and she's come here because I just feel, I'm feeling her love. I'm feeling her love for you. Okay, she's not telling me where she comes in your life, but I have to let that one go. You know who it is, yeah. She says you will find that last piece in the jigsaw puzzle. You will find it, okay? Because she knows what's going on in here. No, dodgy ground. No. She's laughing because she says you're not as daft as what you make out you are sometimes. All right? There's a lot of intelligence there. She said it might not be all you because it comes from spirit. But she says there's a lot of intelligence there, and people don't give you credit for where you've come from because you don't tell. You keep it to yourself. I don't even know, but she's just saying, all right? Lots of love coming from this lady for yourself, all right? God bless you and thank you for working with me. Relax. Okay, Eunice, can I come to you, please? Okay. It's a lady with you, okay? I don't feel she's a family member. I think she's more here on a friend link for you. She's making me feel that she would have been part of your life. I don't know if it's to do with work, but I know that this lady's here. If I can get her to just stand still for a bit. Okay, so I know that she was quite a busy lady and she was on the move, right, when she was on the earth plane. And I also know with this lady that she would have liked to in her hair. I don't know if I've got like a beehive or something. I've got something going on with my hair. It's up. All right, this lady. I know we're going back in time with this lady. All right. Oh, gosh, what does that mean? Okay. I'm not quite sure how to take what she's given me. She's given me a canary in a cage. Now, Can you take that? Yes. All right, okay, that's fine. Because I was going to say, is there Welsh connections with this lady? But as long as you can take that, okay. And I just know that this lady was she was a joy when she was on the earth plane. So she was fun. I know she liked dancing because she's twizzling around here with moving her hips, and I know she's moving fast here. So I know that, I don't know if there was competitions where she's wearing like a number as well, but I know that she liked fun when she was on the earth plane. Do you know who I have? Do you know who I have here? Yeah, okay, that's lovely. Okay, I don't want to carry on if you don't. I'll try and find out. I know that the reason she's come through for you is to say to you, she wants to see you a bit lighter on your feet. Okay, she wants you to have some fun. That's what she wants. She wants you to have some fun. She'd like to get you dancing. All right? It's like, put your glad rags on and let's go out. Let's go dancing. Okay? I don't know what that means. It's like, come on, girl. Put your right foot forward. You won't trip up, she's saying. You won't trip up. She said, because we always used to have a laugh when we tripped up and it didn't matter. She said, so put your best foot forward, put your dancing shoes on and get out there and dance. All right? Okay. I don't know what the message means, but I know you must too. All right? But she's saying, just do it. Just do it. All right. Okay. She wants to bring that laughter in, I feel. There's this laughter. She's laughing. She has a real belly laugh she's given me here. And I know I've got to give you the canary again, because I feel that you can take that in many aspects. You understand? Okay. And she's talking about you're not seeing things properly as well. There's some paperwork. There's something you've got to look at and you're not seeing it properly, or you're not reading something properly. Can I say there's something that you're reading that you're interested in, and you need to look at it from another point of view. If you understand, right? Because she's saying you're not reading it properly. That's how she's trying to put it over to you. You're not reading it properly. So I feel what you're reading, you're not seeing properly, because it seems to be something that you're looking into or you're interested in. And she's saying, just look at it in a different way and the penny will drop. Okay? And it will become easier. All right, it will become easier for you to see. Lots of love, darling.
Thank you.
All right, lots of love. God bless you and thank you. Okay. Can I come to the gentleman there? I should know your name, but sometimes I just don't. It's all right if I work with you, please? Okay, I have a lady here for you. I know that she's a family member because I look at her, I'm seeing you. I'm feeling with this lady, she must be around about your age or a little bit older than yourself. And I also feel that she was quite a jolly lady when she was on the earth plane. I know with this lady that she talks about not looking back. So she's making me feel that part of her life wasn't as good as what she would have liked it. And there was lots of changes around her 20s, around that time. She's talking about big changes for herself. And she's talking about with that, she had to look deeper at herself. All right, she had to look at her and what part she had to play in what was going on. what was unraveling in her life. I've got to give you March the 5th, and I don't know where that comes, but I've got to give you March the 5th that's coming. She's talking about March the 5th for you. And she's talking about you. You're having to change your life at the moment. Does that make sense to you? And it's like, just don't look back. Just take a good look at yourself now, because there's different aspects of yourself that you're not seeing properly. It's a bit like this over there. There's bits that you're not seeing properly of yourself. I know this lady's saying you are a very clever person, and a lot of it goes on in your head. I know she's making me feel that you can turn your hand to most things, but that's more in the past. And now it's almost like if I wanted something done, I could go to you and you would know who would sort it out for me. She's talking about somebody around you needing more help than normal. And that person, I want to say, is going through a hard time at this moment, and it has been there for a few months. I know I'm being shown that you are the light for this person. And I don't want to say, I have to say to you, don't give up on this person. I've got to go on her. Don't give up on her, because you are being challenged. And this is where you're looking at you, and you need to look at your part, your role in all of this as well. And with that, it will help the situation. It sounds like riddles, but I know you can take all what this lady's coming through with. I've got pain in my throat here, so I'm not sure whether this is to do with her condition, or I want to say you need to speak your truth now. Does that make sense? Okay. Because I feel as I've got a blockage here. It's like there's something stopping me from saying what I really would like to say. Okay. I know there's a lot of love within the family there as well, but I don't feel that it's not that it's not shared. The words aren't shared. The words aren't shared. Take that away. Thank you. She's saying you will work it out. You will work it out. And she's gonna wave her magic wand like she would have done when she was on the earth plane. She would have waved the magic wand and tried to make things right for people. Okay, so there's lots of love coming to you from this lady and to the situation that's with you and around you. Is that okay? Lots of love. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. I keep getting a wink. Okay, where are you going now? Oh, but the naughty row. No, I think it's you, Barry. Well, I was sitting there thinking that's the naughty row, and it's like, okay. Okay. Okay, I've got a lady here for yourself, all right? We seem to have a lot of ladies coming in. Maybe it's women power. Okay, but we'll have a lady that's joining you, and she wants to give you a bit of a shake-up, but I know I give you this message every time. So I'm going to say to her, it's like water off a duck's back, I'm saying to her, because I keep saying it to you, and you listen, but you're not taking it in. Now, this lady, she's a bit taller than myself, I'd say, and she's a little bit rounder than myself, but she says she had the figure that I had in her younger days. I also feel this lady that she's nicely dressed as well. She's showing me that she brushed up nicely. I also feel that there's I don't know if this is mother's love, but I feel I'm either mother's love or like a mother's love for you. But I also feel that with this lady, I feel that even though there was that love, it's a bit like nobody really talked about it. It was. She's not saying it was cold. She's not saying that at all. But what she's saying is, the words weren't said. All right. And she realizes now that then doesn't give self-love, is what she's saying. So she says your first point of healing is yourself and the self-love that you should have within you. She talks about your intelligence as well and your cleverness. She said, but you have oops, I can't say that word. Oh, that nearly come out. Sorry, do apologise. Sorry?
I'm sorry, language.
Right. Okay, don't do that to me again, please, lovey. All right. You're having an argument in your head all the time. That's not all the words she's using. Don't do that. Okay, yeah, you can, yeah, okay. So there's an argument going on in your head, and you're tossing and turning with everything. You've got to find everything out, and you've got to get to the nitty gritty, get right in there and find out what's going on with something. And then it's like, what was that all about? And this lady is saying she'd like to knock your head against a brick wall, really, just to say, come on, get it out of your head, because you can do all these things you're thinking about, all these things you want to do, you can do. But it's almost like you're the third person, so you're seeing it's like, so you need to know that this is you, not somebody else. She's going to explain that one a bit more, I think. You need to, it's almost like you're reading all this stuff. You're having this argument in your head, and you're plowing through all this information, and you come to a conclusion that you already know. And she's saying that believe in you. Just believe in you, because she's saying, whatever you think, you are. All right? So if you think you're unloved, you're going to feel unloved. Okay? If you think that you are cared for, you're going to feel that, because you work so well with your feelings. Okay? But you need to get out of here and get into this part of you. Okay? And I know that there's Egyptian links with you, and a lot of your, I won't say problems, but I don't think I mean problems. A lot of your, I can't use that word either. A lot of your stuff goes back to the Egyptian time, okay, that you've brought forward to this lifetime. But it's for you to either have it in your head or move down to your heart. That's why you're here. That's what you need to learn to do. Taking it from your head and bring it down to your heart. Right? Because what she's saying is, what she's saying is going deep into things. It's not always the answer, because you have the answer. And that's very light and on the surface. It's not difficult. And she says, I will be here next time and I'll probably give you the same message. Knock, knock, knock. Okay. She says she don't know where you get it from. No, that's what she's saying. Don't know where you get it from. She was more of a doer, she tells me. Yeah. I'm going to leave her love. But she's saying, you don't need people to tell you that they love you now. You should know it, because you should feel it. Right, I'm going to say lots of love coming from this lady. I think people are getting a telling off tonight. No, it's just guidance. I see it as guidance. But there's no good. Well, you can try and wrap it up in roses, but it doesn't really work, does it? I'm down the front here, I think. Can I come to you? You're juggling at the moment. You understand? You're juggling things, and you're trying to please everybody around you. You understand that one? Okay. Who's here? Give me them. I've got a gentleman for you because he's coming in really strong. Yeah. All right, he's very strong. And when he's standing behind you, but he's a big man. But I don't know if he's big in shape, but he's big in energy. All right. And I feel I've got my hair that goes back and it's greying a bit as well. And I'm pepper, what they call it, pepper. The grey and the grey and the brown he's showing me. Okay, and he's showed something to do with his forehead. Can you understand? He's either got a big forehead here. Yeah. What else you want to show me, my lovely? Yeah, keep it clean. Okay. Okay. Could you understand there's a sense of humour with this gentleman? Okay. So I had to just tell him off. So he could be a little bit below the mark. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bless him. Yeah, he's a big man. He's showing me he's a big man as well. I don't want to give him too much height. I don't want to give him 6 foot. He's way under that. But I know that his charisma is out there. I know with him, I don't know if he drove lorries but I know that I'm on the road. Can you understand? I'm on the road with him. And I know I'm a very busy man, but I'm busy sitting. Okay, as this sense of humour coming in, he's doing tongue-in-cheek with that one. I know that there's animals around him, so I know that there's quite a few animals that have gone to spirit around him. He wants to give me to you the lucky rabbits, the white rabbit. Okay, you understand? Okay, and you know that's close to your heart. You understand that? I know I was very much out of breath before I passed. I could not. I don't know if I've got apparatus around me, but I know I'm really out of breath with this gentleman. And he said, I was so pleased to go. He said, because I couldn't even swear in the end. I just could not get the words out. He said, but it was in my head what I wanted to say. The way I'm talking here, I don't know if that would have been how he talked, but I know I've got a little bit of an accent going on with him as well. And I just know with this man that you could take him places, but you didn't really want to take him back. You understand? What are you saying? Sorry, he's being a little bit rude, and I'm telling him I can't say nothing like that. Okay, you're going to have to stop that. All right. No, you're going to have to stop that. Right. I know I've got some double layers here with him. You understand that? And that's what he's referring to.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's being a little bit sexual with it as well. All right. And that's the only way I can put that without him, without being very rude. Okay, I've done that. Now back off with that one, please. I'm feeling what he's come to say to you is, why don't you be like him? He says, you can be busy sitting around. He said, but you're here, there and everywhere. And he's saying, and if you're not here, there and everywhere with body, you are with your mind. And he's saying, he's talking about your dog. He's talking about your dog, and it's about walking the dog. All right. And he says, that's the best thing that's happened to you, because it's got you off your bottom. All right. That's what he said. He's talking about there must be a youngster around you. I don't know if this is a daughter, but I know I've got a younger person around you. And I feel that this is where you're juggling. You're here, there and everywhere. And I feel it's like transport here. You understand? You're taking them everywhere. He said that would never have happened in my day. He said you'd have to walk. You'd have to walk. Even if it was walking the fields, you would have to walk. Okay, lovely. I've got a ring that comes off, so I know this would be a wedding ring. You understand? I don't know if that's with him or yourself, but I know I've got. Oh, you've got it. All right. Okay. So he talks about that. What colour? He's bringing in a colour for you. I feel it's blue. Blue's about the throat chakra, and blue is about speaking your truth. Okay. And I feel that's quite relevant for you at this moment in time. Okay. I still got to go back to this juggling. He says you can juggle them while you're sitting in your seat if you want to. Somebody needs some love around you. You understand? I don't know if it's family, but I know there's a lot of love needed to go in a certain direction. And that would be the healing as well. And I know that with somebody, there is a little bit of reluctance to want to do that. You understand? Okay. I want to give you a river.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. I've got to give you a river and a packed lunch. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of love coming from this gentleman. Sorry?
That's a memory link.
It's a memory link. Okay. Lots of love coming from this gentleman to yourself. All right. God bless you and thank you. Back. Can I come to the back there, please? The lady in red. Lady in red. Sorry, my singing's dreadful. It's all right if I work with you. Yeah, good. I always ask. Okay. I've got somebody drawing close. There's a lot of love coming from this gentleman, I want to say. I don't know where he comes in your life, but he's making me feel very much, I'm very proud of you. There's this love that's coming through that's really proud of you. All right, okay, can you just take that, just move back a little bit, please. Thank you. I've got a slim gentleman that stands with you, okay. He's showing me slim. I'm quite an upright gentleman with him. I know, oh, okay, thank you. I would have had a tooth missing as well when I was down here on the earth. He's talking about his, oh, okay. I don't know if in his younger days he liked to have a little bit of a scrap. This gentleman, yeah. A little bit of a fisty fight, because I think that might be where he lost his tooth. Okay, he said, but I did grow up. He's telling everybody that. He says, I'm not proud of that. He said, but at the time it was fun. He said, because I feel as though I've got a real free spirit here, gentleman here. Okay. I know we sang happy birthday, but I've got to say happy birthday to somebody, but also there was another birthday a few weeks ago. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And okay. He showed me with the wind in his hair. So I don't know if he liked motorbikes or something, but he showed me the wind in his hair, because I know that I have a free spirit here. And I feel sure that when he had a motorbike, he didn't have to wear a helmet then. So his hair was just free. And he said, when you had to wear helmets, he says, I really didn't want to abide by that law, he says. You understand? And he says, I nearly threw in my bike because I just wanted that freedom. He's like, how dare somebody tell me I've got to wear a helmet? He's going after me. Oh, gosh. And it's like, all right, come on, settle down. So he's here for you, but I feel that you're saying, how dare somebody do that to you around you at the moment? Does that make sense? All right, okay. Because he says you're chip of the old block. He's saying. Can you understand? So he's saying. Sometimes you just got to knuckle in and just get on with it, he said. But he says that with yourself, that he's talking about something that's going on around you at the moment where you just don't want to accept things. Can you understand that? And he's saying, just accept it. He said, I wouldn't have done. He said, but just accept it, because it'll make life easier, not just for you, but your family as well. He said, because you can be a bit grumpy. All right. He says, don't shoot the messenger. So I've got a sense of humour with him as well. I feel that he would have gone with past with conditions around here, please. You understand? He's not telling me what, but I know that there would have been conditions around here. Also, he talks about somebody, who is it? Jack. Jack's over there with him. Jack. Yeah. He's talking about Jack being with him. And he also talks about somebody who took their life on the earth plane, who is over there with him also. And I don't know whether they're playing cards. Can you understand that? They're playing cards. They're all sort of sat around the table and they're playing cards. Oh, gosh. It's like they're all together again. Yeah. The troublesome three, like these three here. The troublesome three. One's talking about a marriage. Can you understand that? Right, okay, I don't need to say no more about that then, you understand? And another child with you, please? Yeah, you understand that? And you understand there's one in spirit as well? Yeah. Because I've got another child, and if I was fair to say that child was a bit spoilt, would you understand that? Yeah. Okay. He's telling me what it would do to that child. We best not go there. Oh dear. Okay. All right, my lovely. All right. He wants you to know that he's around you. All right. And there's certain times of the day where you feel him around you, or you sense him, he says. Okay. And you can't keep blaming me for everything. Yeah. That's what he's saying. You can't blame me for everything. All right. Lots of love coming from this gentleman. And he says, I'm so pleased that I'm able to make you smile and laugh again. All right. Lots of love. Lots of love. Thank you. Who do you want me to go to? Okay. Can I come to you? Like that lady there juggling. You understand that at the moment, but it's a lot going on in your head. I know you're thirsty for knowledge as well. I know you're thirsty for knowledge. I do know that I have a lady here for you, but I also know there's a gentleman. The gentleman stands back, but the lady is here for you. I feel this lady, I want to say she's probably about my height, a bit rounder than myself. And, okay, a bit of a sense of humour going on here. She's talking about her little legs going 10 to the dozen. So she would be somebody who was quick when she was on the earth plane, but her legs would have, that's how she showed me, her legs going 10 to the dozen. So I know that she would have been all over the place. Excuse me, she's taken me to her tummy here, so I know that she would have had problems with her tummy. But I don't feel that's what she passed with. I feel it was her lungs that took her in the end. You understand? I also feel with this lady that, with this lady, I feel that she's making me feel that when she was, okay. Before she was diagnosed, she's talking about, she says that there was a bit of confusion as to what was wrong with her, but she wasn't well and she was going downhill. So they had to make more investigations for her. She's talking about if it had been these days, she probably would have survived a lot longer. That's what she's talking about. I do feel there's a lot of love from this lady to yourself. And I know that she says some things in life we can't help. All right? Life is life. She talks about you looking backwards. I feel there's either an anniversary just gone of something and it's you looking back. And what she's saying is you don't need to look back anymore. You need to let go of things and move forward. Okay? She's talking about whatever this is starting to happen. There's triggers in a relationship around you. So whatever's happened in this part, in the past, there's little triggers now that's getting your mind working. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And what she's saying is, she's saying a little sense of humour, because she says there's a murkiness in your head. All right, I don't know what she means by that, but there's a murkiness in your head. And she's saying you need to wipe the slate clean, all right, and start looking and thinking forward. She's talking about the knowledge that you are picking up. And she said, I feel that you must be somebody that reads books, you understand? And she's talking about you can put your version on it. When you're reading books, you need to put your version on it. Because the version in the book is somebody else's version. And you are clever enough to do that. But you have to keep asking. And she's saying, just think about what I've just said. Because the one thing you need is the confidence in the area that you're thinking about moving into. Okay. And it's almost like you've got your heel back. You want to go, but there's something stopping you. But what she's saying is that you will know when the time is right to move forward. But what you do need to do is change your mindset, because you haven't got all the information yet. All right? And she's saying when you will have that information, you know that that door's going to open. Okay? I hope you can take all this, because I ain't got a clue what I'm talking about here. You understand damned if you do and damned if you don't at the moment around you. Yes. Yeah. And she's saying, you have a voice, okay? You do use your voice, but sometimes you use it in the wrong way. And she's saying, try and think, when you're going to use your voice, think about what you need to say, which comes from the heart. Okay, bit of a riddle there for you. Okay, sometimes they do speak in riddles, but I know this lady's here, and there's a gentleman that stands back, and the only thing I can see about this gentleman, he's quite a tall gentleman. All right, I don't know if they're together or not, but there's a gentleman, and it's like he's standing in the wings. I think he was like that on the earth plane. He would stand back and allow others to, that's not fair, that. The words he's using is walk all over him. All right, if you can take that with this gentleman. But that's what he's saying now, but he would be somebody, he would be a thinker when he was on the earth plane. I'm not sure if they're together. I'm not sure, but as long as you can work out who they are. God bless you, and thank you for working with us. And lots of love from this lady. Lots of love. Okay. Lady on the end there, please. May I work with you? I've got you juggling as well. Once we get one person juggling, then everybody's juggling. Okay. I've got a gentleman for yourself. I look at him, I'm looking at you, so I know that there's the features of the face, the eyes as well, he's taken me to, and the nose. He said that you've got mostly everything of me. Okay, he's talking about him being bigger than yourself, so I know he was a larger gentleman. And but I know with this gentleman, he would have lost the weight before he passed to spirits. I know with him, he was the man. He was a strong man when he was on the earth plane. But he's also making me feel he had to be humble. Can you say that word, please? Before he passed. Okay. He talks about having words that he wanted to say before he passed, but he was not able to. And it's cutting right in here. You understand? You did hear it, okay. It's really cutting. He would know that you heard him, but I think there must have been more that he wanted to say then, because if he did, it was only very little. All right, and there was a lot more. I feel that you've come back to him. Does that make sense? You've come back to him. And I know with this gentleman, he's always had that love for you. Always. Always. He talks about your mind, and once you get something in your head, you can't let go of it. And it's like, and it builds and it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger. He's talking about a situation around you at the moment where it's got bigger. And he's saying sometimes you have to let things drop. He talks about you being very stubborn as well. But he says, you get that from me. All right? He says, there was either a clashing or there was a parting. Yeah? But he says there was always that love, always. And he doesn't want you to forget that. He says, I know that I was a misunderstood person when I was on the earth plane. He said, but I came to teach you many lessons. He said, and I did. I taught you loads. He says, and that wasn't using your hands. It was about the head, going on in the head. He talks about you letting go of stuff, but there's also another family member that does the same. You understand? And there should be compassion for that person, not the parting. Okay, there needs to be compassion. He can't get that over enough. There needs to be compassion. Okay, I feel that person's younger than yourself. Okay, he said what he's needed to say. I need to say that I do love you very much, even though I didn't say it maybe once. Okay, but he says, I was there for a reason. And I was he's swearing, a good teacher. Okay. So he needs you to know that you have his love. I'm going to say God bless you and thank you for working with us. Thank you. Thank you. One more? Finish or one more?
You've got time for one more.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. As long as it's not a quickie. Oh dear. Oh, nearly. Right, which one? Okay. Can I come to you, please? Can you understand there's some appointments for you at the moment? Yeah. Okay. I have a lady here for you, and she sits next to you. Yeah. All right, and she holds your hands. Yeah. All right. This lady, I would say, I'm looking at family members here, and I know that there's a lot of love from this lady. Can you understand a sister in spirit, please? Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if that's her sat next to you. I feel I'm going up a generation, but I know that there is a sister around you. Yeah. Okay, and I look at you, and I look at your sister, and it's almost like you're twins. Yeah. Okay, and the body shape as well. She takes me to here, and I don't know why, but I know that they would have been part of her passing. You understand? And she talks about confusion in her head as well. Yeah. Okay. She also talks about not feeling part of the family. Can I rephrase that then? Yeah. Slightly out of the family. Yeah. Okay. And I know with this lady, she's come here with lots of love, because I know you have lots troubling you, she tells me, going on. Yeah. She talks about your family and family support. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And she talks about the love from those in spirit and those around you. And you can't have any more love than what you've got. All right. She talks about, I feel this is your sister talking, your mum is just sat with you. Yeah. All right. But I know that your sister, she talks about your head. All right. And she says, sometimes you need to sort your head out. All right. She said, because sometimes it can get you down. And she's talking about you don't want to be doing things. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Yeah. All right. I'm not sure if that's what she done. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. But she's with you. She's supporting you. You must feel somebody holding your hands at night time.
Yeah, I do.
Because and I feel you've got mum one side and your sister the other.
Yeah.
You understand? Can you understand a ring coming off with yourself, please?
Yeah.
And can you understand that was, I want to say recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also want to say it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And the thing is you took that all. It's what your sister's saying. You took it all and you're paying the price.
Yeah.
And she's saying, just think lots of love now and send love where it needs to go. Because she says, it's all done and dealt with now.
Yeah.
And she says, now it's for you to think about you and put that love back in you.
Yeah.
Because she makes me feel that the love that you gave was unconditional.
Yeah, it was.
But it went on deaf ears in the end.
A lot of years.
Yeah. She's saying in the end. But what she's saying, you've got so much love to give, you need to be giving it to yourself. Because there needs to be that self-healing for yourself, all right?
Yeah.
You know the love. You know the love that's there for you. And there's so much love, okay? There is.
Yeah.
And they say, wipe away your tears, all right? We're with you. We're rooting for you,
Well,
all right?
Yeah.
I say God bless you. Thank you. Talking about a candle as well.
yeah.
You understand there's one recently lit?
Yeah.
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 Okay. And that's connected to an anniversary or a birthday or something. Yeah. Lots of love. Lots of love. God bless you and thank you. Thank you all so much for your love. Thank you so much.
I think everybody knows I'm not after your boobs, don't they? Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to the lovely Lynda Rose! When it comes to spiritualism, there's two things that are important. Good evidence and the sudden rush for the lavatory as the evidence ends. Especially when two of them, thank you, when one of them is avoiding the fact that I promised I wouldn't pick on him. I didn't have to, did I? Bless him, he'll be back, I'll make his life a misery in a minute, bless his heart. But no, in all seriousness, humour, upliftment, love and community, being able to have a laugh and a joke with each other in good part and all seriousness is part of what makes a church that is its group of people work. And so you're not in trouble for nearly swearing because you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You held it off just in time.
Yeah.
And that's what matters most. And I want to thank you all personally for all of the love that you were sending to Lynda that I could see was going on throughout the evening. And I want to promise you that the love continues to flow. I will remind you that healing is available after the service from Tony, should you wish or require it. I'm not doing any pointed stairs or anything, you know. But of course, a big thank you all for being here. Thank you again, Tony, for leading the healing, Alan for the reading. Thank you for the raffle prizes. There's plenty of chocolate and delightful treats about, so I know there's going to be a number of very happy people tonight. And on the subject of raffle, of course, we send our healing to the mistress of the raffle prizes, the queen of the bullies special prize, Hannah. We send our love to you. And of course, it's still at the moment I'm having to carry on speaking and read numbers and things. So, you know, I better get the right glasses, really, hadn't I? Ready for when we do that. One of the most important things I find about running a spiritualist church, you know, the practical side, is having a wonderful group of people around you that know what they're doing and what you're supposed to be doing better than you do. And so, having seen a few glances and twitches, as gentle reminder, let us join together and close this evening after the freeze. And join together and close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you truly for the opportunity to unite under a banner of friendship, kindness, love, trust, and acceptance. For we know that life can carry with it various burdens, but we know that together that burden is lighter when it is shared. As we go out into the world, we take with us a message of unity, of hope, and of eternal life, and the opportunity to rise to the occasion when it is required. And so, as we go out into that world, we ask that you move not the mountain, just give us the strength to climb. Until we meet again, in your name, amen. And again, a big thank you to our wonderful medium, Lynda Rose. And I did keep quiet all day and never mentioned once that I'm not calling her Lynda with a Y anymore, to remind the fact that I spell her name wrong all the time. Oh dear, I've just done it. Whoops-a-daisy. But seriously, thank you for a wonderful demonstration of mediumship. Thank you all for being here. The tea and coffee will be flowing shortly. We are going to briefly say goodbye to everyone at home, though, because I'm sure you don't want to see me prancing about with a load of raffle tickets. And so from all of us here in Littleport Village Hall, you know the drill. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Good night, and God bless you all.